In this video I am going to explain about leakage power dissipation. See here, when the circuit is not in an active mode operation, there is a static power dissipation due to various leakage mechanisms. Okay, due to this various leakage mechanisms, the power dissipation will be occur. This power dissipation is known as leakage power dissipation. Okay, when the circuit is not in an active mode of operation or not in an active mode of operation, or it is in a standby mode of operation, there is a static power dissipation due to various leakage mechanisms. Okay, this static power dissipation is also known as leakage power dissipation. Okay, in deep submarine devices, these leakage currents are become a significant contributor to power dissipation of CMOS circuit. See here, what is deep submicron devices? Deep submicron device is nothing but the chip is built up with a micrometer length. Micrometer means the channel length of the device is in a micrometer range. Okay, that is the deep submicron devices, and the device channel length is in a micrometer, that is 10 power minus 6. At that time those devices we call as deep submicron devices. This device is also known as short channel devices. Okay, in short channel devices, these leakage currents are become significant contributor to the power dissipation of CMOS circuits. Okay, this is the leakage power dissipation. Then in leakage power dissipation we have subtopics. Okay, we will see one by one those subtopics. The first one is PN junction reverse bias current. See here, source drain diffusion and N well diffusion forms a parasitic diode in the bulk of silicon substrate. Okay, in diffusion regions, that is source regions on the substrate, or N well or P well, anything depending upon the N type transistor or P type NPN transistor and PNP transistor. There is the diffusion on substrate, in between there is a parasitic diodes. Okay, actually physically there is no diodes here. The functionality behaves like a parasitic diodes. As parasitic diodes are reverse biased, their leakage currents are contribute to the static power dissipation. Okay, and the parasitic diodes are reverse biased, then the leakage currents contribute to the static power dissipation. That is also nothing but a leakage power dissipation. The current for one diode is given by, see here, the current for one diode means the leakage current for one diode, that is, see here, the current for reverse bias diode leakage current, that equal to AJS. A is the constant, JS is the saturation density, then E into what is Q. Q is a charge of electron, VD is the diode voltage, then N is the constant, and K is the Boltzmann constant, and T is the temperature. Means this PN junction reverse bias current is depending upon the temperature. Okay, see here, in this figure you clearly see that the parasitic diodes. So here this one is the parasitic diode, this is the N diffusion, and with the substrate it forms a parasitic diode. Here also one parasitic diode, then here parasitic diode with the N well, N substrate, the P diffusion, here also P diffusion with the N substrate. Okay, these are the parasitic diodes. Actually these diodes are not in physical manner. Okay, the functionality between the diffusion and substrate is acts like a diode that is in a reverse bias condition. Okay, the charge flows from diffusion to the substrate, hence this diode is reverse biased. Okay, this figure is for the CMOS static inverter. Okay, this figure is for the CMOS static inverter. Okay, then the total static power dissipation for N device is equal to, here we will calculate this total static power dissipation for N device, that equal P equal to, generally P equal to V into I. V is the VDD apply voltage, then change in the current, with respect to number of diodes. Okay, then change in the current with respect to number of diodes. Okay, then the total static power dissipation due to diode leakage current for 1 million transistors is given by, okay, due to 1 billion transistors is given by, then P equal to VDD into I equal to 1 to 1 million means 10 power 6 into I. This is the diode current ID, that equal that approximately equal to 0.01 microwatts, that is approximately equal to 0.01 microwatts. this static power dissipation, this PN junction diode leakage power dissipation is ignored for active devices, but it is very crucial for the non-active devices or standby mode devices. Remember that point. The next topic is band to band tunneling current. Okay, the next topic is band to band tunneling current. You already see that in previous topic there is a diode in between diffusion on the substrate. The current flows through this diode. The diffusion on the substrate, the current flows through this diode when the electrons are jumps from valency band of p type to the conduction band of n type. Okay, when the valency band jumps from when the electrons jumps from valency band of p type to the conduction band of n type, that is called band to band tunneling current. Okay, when the valency band of the electron jumps from the valency band of p type to the conduction band of n type. Okay, that is called the band to band tunneling current in parasitic diodes. That is the band to band tunneling current. See here, it is the valency band, then it is the conduction band. The electron jumps from valency band to the conduction band. So this is the p type valency band and this is the n type conduction band. So this is the band to band tunneling current. The jumping of electrons from valency band to conduction band is also called as tunneling. This tunneling, when the electron jumps, will produce the current, that is band to band tunneling current. Okay, the first band is valency band and the second band is conduction band. The electron jumps from valency band to conduction band is called band to band tunneling current. See here, the tunneling current density is given by remember this equation. E is the electric field and VAP is the applied voltage. E is the electric field and VAP applied voltage. A is constant and B is constant. See here what is A values, that equal to root of 2m cube. What is m means mass of electron, q means charge of electron, then h is the Planck's constant. Okay, similarly here m is the mass of electron, h is the Planck's constant, q is the charge of electron. Then this E equal to electric field equal to root of 2q charge of electron into Na. Na means doping of n type material and Nd is doping of p type material. VAP is the applied voltage. Plus VBI is the bias voltage, that by epsilon Si means permittivity of the insulator. The insulator is silicon, that is epsilon Si. Then Na plus Nd means doping of n type and doping of p type. This is the electric field equation. Remember these equations. Then the next topic is subthreshold leakage current. The next topic is subthreshold leakage current. The subthreshold leakage current is nothing but we have a threshold voltage. Below the threshold voltage, the conduction starts below the threshold voltage, is called subthreshold voltage. At that time, the leakage current will be generated, that is known as subthreshold leakage current. Okay, do you understand what I am telling? And generally, the device does conduction at equal to threshold voltage or greater than threshold voltage. When the device start conduction below the threshold voltage, that tends to leakage current, that is subthreshold leakage current. Okay, the subthreshold leakage current is given by the BC model. This is the one of the model. This is the one of the model to calculate the response of the inverter. To calculate the response of the inverter. To calculate the response of the CMOS inverter. This is the one of the model. This is the PC model. According to this, we'll get this equation. Okay, according to this, we'll get this equation. Subthreshold leakage current, that equal to A into A is the constant, E power Q is the charge of electron, N and K is the Boltzmann constant, VGS is the gate to source voltage, VTH is the threshold voltage into 1 minus charge of electron, VDS is the drain to source voltage by Boltzmann constant into temperature. Okay, this is the equation for subthreshold leakage current according to the BCM3 model. Okay, this is the one of the model to calculate the functional behavior of the CMOS inverter. Okay, see here various mechanisms which affect the subthreshold leakage current are. These are the mechanisms that affect the subthreshold leakage current. First one is drain induced barrier lowering. We will see all these topics in further topics. We will see all this one. Then the first one is drain induced barrier lowering, that is DIBL. Then body effect, then narrow width effect, then effect of channel length and VTH roll off, then effect of temperature. We will see all these topics. This is the threshold voltage. See here in this figure the linear curve. This figure is in x-axis we have the gate voltage, in y-axis we have drain current. See here in this figure, here this part is in linear position. In this figure this part is in linear position. Let us consider the threshold voltage is on 0.5 volts. See here in this part only, actually in this part only the curve becomes linear and goes to saturation from this 0.5. But here the curve starts linear in this position and the curve starts linear in this position for a VD equal to 2.5 volts one curve, and for VD equal to 0.1 volt for another curve. The device short conduction means in this point the device short conduction here, in this point the device short conduction here. But actually threshold voltage is 0. Let us consider the threshold voltage 0.5. Hence the device short conduction from here and go to saturation. This linear curve is due to the subthreshold voltage, means subthreshold leakage current. This linear curve is due to subthreshold leakage current. Okay, actually the curve start from here. The axis of this, the curve start less than threshold voltage, that is this point. The current that starts less than threshold voltage at this point. This is due to the subthreshold leakage current. Okay, here see here it is clearly shows here. See this curve, this portion, the subthreshold slope is due to the subthreshold leakage current. Okay, actually this is the VTH. Generally the curve starts from here and goes to saturation. Okay, the curve starts from here, from linear, and goes to saturation, but it starts below the threshold voltage is due to the subthreshold leakage current. Okay, this is the subthreshold leakage current for an NMOS transistor. See here the next topic, drain induced barrier lowering. Generally for a long channel MOSFET, long channel inverters or long channel transistors, what happens means, generally for a long channel transistors, what happens means the depletion layer region of source and the depletion region of drain is separated. Generally for a long channel MOSFETs. In the short channel devices, the depletion, those source and drain depletion regions are overlapped. Okay, due to this the subthreshold voltage varies with respect to the bias. Do you understand what I am telling? Generally for a long channel MOSFETs, the depletion width of the depletion region of the source and drain are separated. But here for a short channel devices, the depletion regions of source and drain is overlapped. Okay, due to this the subthreshold voltage varies with respect to the bias voltage. Remember that point, that is known as drain induced barrier lowering. The barrier lowering is nothing but that the potential barrier is lowering due to the depletion regions. Okay, the potential barriers lowering due to the depletion region, that is barrier lowering. Okay, see here in this figure at 6.25 micrometers, consider these as a long channel, and 1.25 is a short channel. At 6.25 micrometers, that is curve A. That is curve A. Here the energy band is high, means the electrical potential is very high when the length is for a long channels. For a short channel, see here the energy band is low, and also the electrical potential is low for a short channels. For curve C also, for 5 volts, these for 5 volts, these for 0.5 volts. These also the curve is low here. For a short channels. Okay, this is the drain induced barrier lowering. See here this linear rise of curve is due to drain induced barrier lowering. Okay, this curve is a part of the subthreshold voltage also. Okay, this curve is the part of the subthreshold voltage also. This region, this linearly increased region is due to drain induced barrier lowering. Okay, this curve is for the x-axis gate voltage and y-axis drain current. Okay, this region is due to rain induced barrier lowering. See here the next topic, that is body effect. See this one. As a negative voltage is applied to the substrate with respect to source. Okay, yeah, as usually for an NMOS transistor, we generally apply negative voltage to the source and positive voltage to substrate and positive voltage to the source. Okay, as a negative voltage is applied to the substrate with respect to the source to well to source junction. Well means the substrate to source junction. The device is reverse biased and bulk depletion is widened. Okay, this leads to increase in the threshold voltage. Okay, see here this point is nothing but when we give the negative voltage to the substrate and positive voltage to the source or drain, at that time what happens means the depletion width is increases. When the depletion width is increases, we need high threshold voltage. This leads to this leads to an increase in threshold voltage. Means when the device starts conduction, we require large amount of threshold voltage due to the depletion region is widened. Okay, this is the body effect. Okay, when depletion region is widened means there is no the depletion region is widened means it is hard to travel electrons or hard to travel charge from source to drain when the depletion region is widened. In order to decrease this depletion regions, we require huge amount of threshold voltage. That is the body effect. Okay, see here threshold voltage with respect to body effect. This is the equation, and threshold voltage is with respect to body effect. See here VFB is the flat band voltage plus 2. This IB is the Fermi potential plus root of 2 into epsilon naught of silicon, epsilon naught of insulator. Then Q is the charge and Na is the doping of N type, and 2 tau B plus VB is the substrate to bias voltage by COX6 oxide capacitance. Okay, this is the equation for threshold voltage with respect to the bias effect or source to bias voltage. Okay, taking into consideration all these three effects, we previously see these three effects, weakened version, DIBL, body effect. In order with respect to these effects, we can build up the threshold leakage current equation, that is I sub threshold voltage equal to, this is the equation with respect to these drawbacks, DIBL, body effect and weakened version. This is the sub threshold voltage equation. Remember this equation. Okay, see here when you increase the substrate voltage, see here when you increase substrate voltage from minus 5 volts to 0 volts, when you increase the substrate voltage from minus 5 volts to 0 volts, at that time the threshold voltage decreases. Okay, when you increase the substrate bias voltage from 0 to 5 volts, at that time the threshold voltage decreases. Or when you decrease the substrate bias voltage from 0 to substrate bias voltage from 0 to minus 5 volts, at that time the threshold voltage increases. This is the point. When the substrate voltage increases, at that time the threshold voltage decreases. This is the point according to this curve. Okay, see here the next point is narrow width effect. Okay, this narrow width effect is nothing but for a short channel device or short devices, the width of the gate is decreases. Okay, for a short channel devices, the width of the gate is decreases. Due to the width of the gate is decreases, the threshold voltage is also decreases. Okay, in short channel the width of the gate is decreases. Due to this decrease in width of the gate, then the threshold voltage is also decreases. See here according to this graph, here from here to 10 to 2 means 10 to 2 micrometer range, it is similar, mean the threshold voltage is constant. At a 2 to 0 volts, when you decrease the gate width to 2 to 0 volts, see here the curve is decreases. Here means the threshold voltage decreases, means that here also the threshold voltage decreases, here also the threshold voltage decreases, here also the threshold voltage decreases. Okay, that means when you decrease the gate voltage, the threshold voltage also decreases according to this. Okay, this is the narrow width effect. Narrow width effect is nothing but when you decrease the gate size, when the gate size is thinner, at that time the threshold voltage is decreases. Okay, this is due to the short channel device. See here, VTH roll off. The VTH roll off is nothing but when the channel length is decreases, the threshold voltage is also decreases. Okay, the VTH roll off is the channel length is decreases, the threshold voltage is also decreases. When channel length goes to minimum, at that time the VTH is also minimum. This roll off means the influence of VTH is roll off means the influence of threshold voltage is decreases when the channel length is decreases. Okay, see here in this figure we clearly see that when the channel length decreases, the threshold voltage is also decreases. See here, the channel length decreases, the threshold voltage also decreases. Okay, this is for high VDS, drain to source voltage. This is for low VDS, drain to source voltage, low drain to source voltage. This curve is for high drain to source voltage. See here, when the channel length is decreases, the VTH is also decreases. Okay, this is the figure for threshold voltage roll off with the change in the channel length. Roll off means the influence of threshold voltage decreases. Okay, then the next topic is temperature effect. See, the temperature effect is nothing but when the temperature increases, the threshold voltage increases. When the temperature increases, the threshold voltage increases and threshold voltage decreases. Okay, see here, when the temperature increases, the threshold voltage decreases and subthreshold voltage increases. See here, when temperature increases to minus 50 degrees to 50 degrees centigrade to 100 degrees centigrade, see here at that time the threshold voltage decreases. This is the threshold voltage point here and here and here and here goes on. This threshold voltage decreases when you increase the temperature. Okay, this is the variation of drain current with respect to the temperature. Okay, the next topic is tunneling through gate oxide. Tunneling to gate oxide. See here, when the oxide thickness is lesser, means in short channel device the oxide thickness is lesser. When the oxide thickness is lesser, at that time the electrons jumps from substrate to gate and gate to substrate. This is called tunneling through gate oxide. Okay, this tunneling to gate oxide nothing but when the oxide thickness is lesser, at that time the electrons jumps from substrate to gate and gate to substrate. See here the electron jumps from substrate to gate terminal, means gate terminal. Here the electron jumps from gate terminal to substrate. In this figure we clearly see that B figure, this is the flat bend condition. Okay, here there is no electron jumps from substrate to gate or gate to substrate. See for figure B, at this point the electron jumps from substrate to gate, and here the electron jumps from gate to substrate. Okay, this is due to the oxide thickness is less. Okay, this is due to the oxide thickness is less. When the oxide thickness is less, tunneling through gate oxide is increases. Okay, the next topic is hot carrier injection. Actually, there is a layer in between the substrate and the oxide. Okay, there is a interface layer in between the substrate and the oxide. In short, what happens in short channel means the width of this interface layer decreases. Due to the width of this interface layer decreases, the majority carriers from P substrate jumps to the oxide region. The majority carriers from P substrate jumps to the oxide region, means the electrons jumps to the oxide region due to the less thickness of interface layer. Actually the interface layer is in between substrate and the oxide. The interface layer becomes thin in short channel device. Due to that, the electrons jumps from P substrate to the oxide due to the decrease in the thickness of the interface layer. This is called hot carrier injection. Okay, see here, injection of hot electrons from substrate to oxide. This is the figure from the injection of electrons. Injection of electrons means the electron jumps to substrate to the oxide when the interface layer is thinner. Okay, this is the figure for hot carrier injection. See the next one, that is gate induced drain leakage. This is the gate induced drain leakage. This is, see here, when the drain current, when the drain voltage is increases, when the drain voltage is increases, that is, assume that VDD, the drain voltage is increased to VDD. At that time, the depletion width of this drain region is decreases. The depletion width of this drain region is decreases. See here, this is the VD is equal to 0 or less than 0. At that time, the depletion width is here increases. When the drain voltage increases, at that time the depletion width is decreases. Due to this decrease in depletion width, the electrons are jumps from diffusion region to the substrate. Okay, the electrons are jumps from diffusion region to the substrate. Due to this phenomena, the leakage current will be generated. That is called gate induced drain leakage. Okay, here drain is leakaging through to the substrate due to the decrease in the depletion width, due to when we increase the drain voltage. Okay, when you increase the drain voltage, the depletion width of this drain will decreases. The depletion width of the drain will decreases. The electrons enters to the substrate. This is the leakage current. The electrons enters to the substrate means the current will be generated. The current is nothing but a leakage current, that is drain leakage current. Here the drain region, the leakage will be happen, that is drain leakage current. Gate induced means here there is no influence of gate. This total mechanism is independent of the gate voltage, that is gate induced drain leakage. Okay, see the last topic, that is the punch through. That is the punch through. See here, the separation between the depletion region boundaries increases. The separation between the depletion region boundary decreases. Increase the reverse bias across the junction further decreases. The separation between the depletion region boundaries decreases. Generally for a short channel, the separation between the depletion regions decreases. Okay, at that time increase the reverse bias across the junction further decreases. The reverse bias junction further decreases the separation. Okay, when the depletion region merge a majority of the carriers in the source. See here, the majority carriers in the source enters into the substrate. The majority carriers in the source enters into the substrate and collected by the drain. Okay, and collected by the drain. See here, the majority charge carriers enters into the source. See here in this diagram, the majority charge carriers enters into the source to substrate and then enters into the drain. This is nothing but a punch through, means the carriers are punch through to the substrate through the drain. Okay, here the direct path is established between source and drain, means the electrons are moving from source to drain. Okay, the electrons are moving from source to drain. The electrons are moving from source to drain means what happens? The device start conduction. Okay, this is the situation is known as punch through condition. Okay, see here, the separation between the depletion region boundaries decreases. Actually for a short channel, the separation between the depletion boundary decreases. Okay, increase the reverse bias across the junction, further decreases the separation. Okay, further decreases the separation means the separation between the depletion boundaries further decreases. When you increase in this situation, increase the reverse bias and separation is also further decreases. At that time what happened? The depletions are merges, means source depletion and drain depletion merges. Due to the merging source and drain depletion, the majority of the carriers in the source entering into substrate and then collected by the drain. Okay, there is a path between source and drain. At that time the device in conduction. This situation is known as punch through condition. Okay, in this condition also this total operation is independent of gate voltage. Okay, here there is no influence of gate voltage. Okay, this is also one drawback, that is punch through due to short channels. Okay, this is the leakage power dissipation.